Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to Build Your Best Life. Hello, Agnes. How are you doing today? Thank you for tuning in. And welcome, Anita. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Oh, hello. Thank you for having me today.
Great. So I am super excited. I cannot believe we are in 2022, but we are.
Yes, we are. Happy New Year to you.
Huh?
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you. Yeah, we made it. We saved. So that's a good thing. This year, my Agnes says, I am well. And she says, hello, Anita.
Hello, my sister dear.
My theme for 2022 is all about action. So everything that we talk about this year is going to have something to do with actions. And that can be any and everything, because what we do in life matters so much more than other things. So, even in every situation, it's all about 10% of what's happening and 90% of how we react to it. So everything has to do with actions.
That's right.
All right. So, and your words, steps, gestures, posture, facial expressions, your voice tone, what you write, and even the movement of your eyes all speak volumes and are your actions. And your actions are who you are, and they are crucial.
Yes, indeed. So true.
So please like and share so others can enjoy this as well. If not now, later. Good evening, Stephanie Walker. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Hey, Stephanie. Stephanie is in New York.
Oh, I bet it's cold there.
So, hey, Stephanie.
She says, hi, Sarah. Is it Sarah?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Love you.
Love you too.
All right. Hi, Valerie. Let's see. We got Valerie Champion Simmons.
Hey, Val. Happy birthday to you. Today is her birthday.
Oh, happy birthday. Thank you for tuning in instead of celebrating for this minute right here. So we'll try not to keep you long, since you might have somewhere to go. But happy birthday. Hope you had a wonderful day today. Great. So Anita, for those of our viewers who don't know you, can you tell them a little bit about yourself?
I most certainly can. And just a little bit, because I actually love the words to the song, let the life I give, let the service I give, let how I live and how I serve speak for me. You just talked about putting things into action. So I definitely believe more in doing than in speaking. But since you asked, this is what I like to tell people about me. I had absolutely wonderful, wonderful parents. Both of my parents are deceased. So Rest in heaven to my wonderful father, Reverend Odell Wharton, and Miss Macy Wharton. I'm child number 11 of 12. I have, there were 12 of us. I am a 1982 graduate of Hillcrest High School, and that's in Simpsonville, South Carolina. That's in Greenville County. And when I was in school, I enjoyed basketball, track and field, and being in any type of club that I could get into. After that, I went to Lander College in Greenwood, South Carolina. It is now Lander University. I received my Bachelor's of Science. After that, I went to Troy and I received a master's degree. And my final degree is from Augusta State University, where I received a specialist in educational leadership. I did 19 years in the classroom mainly as a math teacher, but I also taught science, social studies, and language arts a few years. Then I did 1 year as an assistant principal in a neighboring county, came back to this county that I absolutely love in McDuffie County, Thompson, Georgia, did 9 years as a elementary principal at Thompson Elementary School. Sort of finished out my career as a 4-year principal of Thompson McDuffie Middle School. Currently, I serve as the parent liaison for this wonderful county, McDuffie County School. I'm a proud member of Mount Pleasant Missionary Baptist Church, but definitely I got my roots at Mount Carmel African Methodist Episcopal Church in Gray Court, South Carolina. Would not trade that foundation for anything. I'm widowed, but my husband was absolutely wonderful, Deborah. He was my biggest supporter, my biggest fan, my greatest cheerleader. Wow. And that's going to be important when we talk about goals and reaching your dreams. You definitely need someone in your corner who's going to support you and not hinder or hurt you. I have 2 sons, Ty, who's 27. He lives in Everett, Washington State. And yes, it's cold there right now. And I have Marcus, who is 34, and he lives in Atlanta, Georgia. I am a proud member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. So happy J13 to my sorors. We'll be on fire. We're always on fire, but we will really be happy and celebrating on Thursday. So happy Founders Day to all of my sorors and Delta. I like to read and I like to do nature walks.
Okay. Awesome.
So that's all I mean. But I also like to say this, more importantly than anything else, I am a child of the King.
All right.
I am saved and I don't have a closet religion. So I let everybody know that the God I serve, he's a mighty good God. And anytime, I think sometimes when I talk and when I speak, I always think that I'm talking to those who are believers. So I speak as if they are believers. Because I'm a believer. I don't know no other way but to be a believer.
That's right. That's awesome. Love it. Thank you so much. And we had some more people to join. Is it Drusilla Story?
That's my Sunday school teacher.
All right. Randall Moore.
Yay.
And Dan Smith.
Yay.
So thank y'all for joining. We are getting ready to get started. Well, Anita, dreams inspire and motivate us to do our very best. In your opinion, do goals remain constant or do they change over time?
When we talk about goals and when we talk about dreams, I do believe they have to change over time. But before we say they change over time, this is what I believe about dreams and goals. And I do believe dreams and goals are different. I believe that everything that God has created us to be, that he has placed it in the inside of us. And we just need to work and we need to birth whatever that thing is that he has instilled in us. As we grow physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, financially, our goals, they should change. And once we reach a goal, I always think, what's next? What's next? You just change the bar. As long as you are living and you're breathing and you're healthy and even if you're not healthy. I know I have a friend Miss Lula West, who is in her home And I guarantee you, she is still on a mission serving. So you just continue to do, you continue to give. So they should change. They most definitely, they do change over time. I also believe that you are not giving a dream without the power to make it come true. And if you don't make it come true, then that's on you. That's on you. So yes, ma'am, they do change, but they don't work unless you work.
All right, I
You
believe
work
that.
it. So you have to work it.
It is definitely on each and every one of us. We have to get out there and do the work.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I am with you. I do believe that they do change, and they can't help but change because there are so many things in the world that change. You know,
That's
with
right.
the technology, different jobs that come up, even the dictionary changes. So, hey, if we didn't change, we would be working on things that were relevant probably years ago and may not be relevant anymore. So
We would actually be left behind if we didn't change.
right. Great. All right. So dreams inspire and motivate us to be our very best. And she said, don't ask me that again. Assuming that goals may change, do you think it is feasible to reflect on past goals to determine if they are still relevant or if they are in an idle status? And sometimes we get stuck.
We most certainly do. When we talk about dreams, dreams are like in a mental state. That's your dream. And they can stay there. But when you have a goal, you wake up. You put legs and feet and arms on your dreams, and they become your goal. And every goal is meant to move us forward. So if your goal is not moving you forward, or if your dream is not going to move you forward, then you need to change it. You need to rearrange it. You need to toss it. You need to do whatever you need to do to make sure that it continuously move you forward. You don't always, you know, we used to play Mother May I, and you could take baby steps, or
Right.
sometimes you could take giant steps. Well, and you heard the saying before, we have to crawl before we walk. Well, sometimes we have to take those small little steps and we will still get to our destination. Sometimes I think that as a people, as individuals, we just think that I can graduate from high school, go off to college, graduate from college. I'm going to be rich. I'm going to do my career and be at the top all within 5 years. Well, sometimes it works within 5 years and sometimes it takes 30 years.
All right.
The key is to never, ever give up and keep moving forward and continuously work your dream, work your goals, work. You will hear me saying this over and over again. Dreams don't work unless you do. So do the work.
Get out there and work it.
Work it.
And that goes for seniors. And when I say seniors, I don't mean 12th graders. I mean those seasoned individuals. It goes for middle age. It goes for the teenagers, the young adults, and for our children, because we have to start with our children, letting them know that it's okay to dream, and those dreams do come true. Some things you have to do, but dreams do come true.
They most certainly do. And since you mentioned seniors, one of my favorite success stories of somebody whose dream came true at a later age, and we all, not all of us, but a lot of us love this product, KFC. We know that Colonel Sanders, his dream did about his chicken business. He was 62 or either 65. He got turned down numerous times. Research says over 1,000 times before somebody finally said, okay, I'll put your chicken recipe on my menu. And look what we have today, many, many years later. So if he did it at age 62 or 65, you're never, ever too old to work your dream. Never, ever say, I'm too old. No such thing.
Nope.
Again, if it's birthed in you, then you most certainly can make it come to life.
That's right. You know, when I talk about, you know, pitfalls and distractions and rough terrain all the time, don't let those things stop you. They may slow you down or make you take another path, but you got to keep going, because if that dream is in you and you do the work, it'll still come out. But sometimes you got to just take that detour.
We have to take that detour, and yes, they may stop us. You know, we used to have speed bumps, but now they call them speed humps because they are so big. So no matter if your life is hitting a speed bump that's just small and you don't have to put on the brakes as hard, or if you're going over a big speed hump and you almost have to come to a complete stop, almost have to come to a complete stop. The point is, you keep going, you keep moving forward. It may stop you, it may delay you, but it also can make you stronger.
All right.
So you just keep pressing forward and keep pressing on.
Yes. Yes. And I didn't think about this as I was doing it, but I was doing my research for my social media, and I came across. I was looking at the the road less traveled, but I came upon this point that, you know, sometimes when you go down that road, if you didn't go down that road, there's some things that you wouldn't see, you wouldn't learn.
That's right.
So that's a different path. So, you know, we want to, a lot of times people want to take the easy way, something that everybody's doing, and oh yeah, that's easy, so I'll just do that. But sometimes you got to work a little bit harder, do a little bit more, experiment, step outside the box, and oh, that's different. So it doesn't hurt you when you have to take those detours. Sometimes you actually end up learning more.
I call them growth pains.
Oh, okay.
Because you can most certainly grow from them. When you have to take a detour, and it may take you the long way around, and it may cause you some setbacks and some heartaches and everything else. It's just a growth pain.
Okay.
That's all. You grow from it. And after you grow from it, then you can keep moving on.
All right. I like that. Growth pains.
A growth pain.
Great. All right. Well, can you give us an example of a time that you had to change your goal, or you decided to change your goal?
You know, when I can think of so many times, because again, I think that once you reach a goal, then you change the bar and you go further. For example, finishing high school. Then after you finish high school, I went on to a higher education. And then after that, I got a job as a teacher. And then from being a teacher, I took on different leadership roles. The best thing in the world to me, I was going to be the best teacher ever. That's what I wanted. I wanted to be in the classroom, and I was. And if you ask me today, I will still say, oh yeah, I was one of the best teachers ever. That's how much I enjoyed and I love being a teacher. But then, you know, when God has plans for us, that was my plan. And I have learned, the older I get, that God doesn't have to come into my plan. I have to fit into the plan that he has for me.
Yes.
So then after that, you become leadership roles, and I was assistant principal, and then I became a principal. So those goes. And now actually my current position is at the county office. So it's always what's next. What's next? The thing that all of my professional goals have in common is that I'm a servant. I'm still helping people. I don't see as many children as I want to right now, but I have to believe that God has placed me where I am for such a time as this. And I'm willing to allow him to use me for where he has placed me. But another one that I thought about is when I was in college, well, growing up, I took speech. And I had trouble saying certain sounds. Some people had trouble hearing me or listening to me or making out what I was saying. And Deborah, I like to say this right now. Can you hear me now? Can you clearly hear me now? So don't tell me that there is not a God. But I remember taking a speech class after I had went to Lander and struggled so in that class because I was not fixed. I was not corrected. And I had all these speech impediments that were showing up. And that professor actually told me that I should consider another profession and suggested that I did not go into teaching. I wish I could find him now just so I can say, see me now. And just think about all of those other individuals, maybe who came on behind me, who actually listened and took a detour down another path because somehow I dare him know my dream that has been set for me to tell me to go another way. So I'm glad I did not listen to that. But we set dreams and goals, and they have to change constantly. They just change constantly as we grow. Spiritually, in my walk, as far as I set my goals, when you first start out as a new Christian, you want that walk to be so good and so tight. And then we sometimes, I straight away, would not devote as much time as I needed to. Right. But just like anything else that's important, and anytime you want to build a relationship, you make time for those things that are important. So my goals for my spiritual life has changed. I am in touch with making sure that if I say God is number one in my life, he is number one in my life. And I have to treat him as such, not just lip service, but service by doing, service by living, and service by doing those things that he has called us to do. When goals change, you try to change them for the better. Again, we talk about setbacks and pushbacks and detours and fumbles. You just pick the ball up and you keep rolling with it. That's so right. let them change, but let them grow you. And from those changes, you become better, not bitter.
Oh, I like that. Better and not bitter.
Yeah, definitely become better and not bitter.
Yes. And I also like that you brought up about, excuse me, that, person telling you that you probably shouldn't even go into education. So many times, negative people will try to deter people from their purpose, their passion. And if, like you said, if you didn't have that strong will, strong personality to say, hey, I know what my passion is. I know what I'm here to do. I'm not going to listen. How many people that came behind you and they followed that person? Because people will try to talk you out of your dreams and your passions. And I was talking about it the other day, and I was saying, so many people try to make you dummy down,
Yes.
Because Christopher, I used to have to get on to him when he was in school. He just making A's, and then all of a sudden his grades drop. Like, what are you doing? I know he's doing his homework because I'm making sure he does it where you're not turning it in because your friends say it's not cool to make A's. Boy, if you don't get to school, you don't allow anyone to dummy you down.
That's right.
You know your purpose. Those are the gifts that God gave you. You better use them.
That's exactly right. Some people can be dream killers. They can be dream stillers. And we have to make sure that if they are dream killers, dream stillers, dream robbers, that we protect ourselves and don't allow them to come into our inner circle. They don't need to be close to us. I'm sure that most of us are familiar with the story of Walt Disney. I do believe that somebody told him that he lacked creativity. Mm-hmm. I mean, suppose he had listened to that. And Michael Jordan, who was cut from his high school basketball team, suppose he had given up. We do know that Oprah was fired from her first TV job as a broadcaster. I mean, come on now. So suppose those people just had said, no, I am not going to do it. I am not good enough. Let me find something else to do. And this is one of my favorite ones, Dr. Seuss. His first book was rejected over 29 times, and he was about to burn his manuscript when he got the call. Now, all the places we can go in the Cat in the Hat. Can you imagine this world without Dr. Seuss, Michael Jordan, Oprah Winfrey, and Walt Disney? I mean, some
Not at
people need
all.
to know to close their mouth and not try to be dream stealers and dream killers.
Yep. And you must have been in my notes in my computer. That's my talk for Saturday.
Well, when we talk to children and when we talk to kids, we have to have somebody that they can connect to and somebody that they can relate to. And there are so many out there. I love the story of Abraham Lincoln, who went in as a captain and came out as a private. How do you go into the army as a captain, come out as a private? That's the lowest you can be, and then end up as one of the greatest presidents we've ever had. I want to say behind that, you can't tell me that there is not a God. There is a God, because that's a miracle.
Yes.
Some of these situations are miracles. So nobody can stop you. The only person who can stop you is you yourself.
That's right. You are the only person that you can control. So
yes,
if you allow others to dictate or push you in the wrong direction, that's on you.
That's on you.
We have to stand up for ourselves.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Agnes, and there is a God. We know there is a God.
Amen. Yes, there is, sister. There is a God.
Or I wouldn't be sitting here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So do you think that it is necessary to consistently assess your goals? So you make your goals and you're going along, you have not reached them yet. So should you every now and then go back in and look at them to say, is this still relevant for me or whatever?
If we're going to go back and look at our goals, that means we need to write our goals down. And I think that that's very, very important. I think so many times we just think about it. We don't write it down, so we don't have any documentation. We need to date it. We need to be as specific as possible. Most of us know about SMART goals, so we need to write it down, keep it in a journal, make notes, keep a log, and then just track your progress. So we definitely need to always go back, look at it, take the good from it, so we can continue to take those giant steps if we keep proper documentation of our goals. So yes, ma'am, buy your journal. It can be a notebook, it can be a notepad, but write those goals down and just keep track. Some of us keep a prayer journal and we write down specific prayers and we date those prayers. And I know I go back and put a check or a happy face or a thank you, God, when I know that my prayer has been answered. Well, your goals are the same way. Jot those goals down, keep track of them, so you'll continue to move forward.
All right, y'all hear it. I'll say is, not was, one of the best teachers there is. We can just tell from the way she has excitement and passion, the way she talks about it, when she moderates a meeting, whatever, she always has some creative opening. She's open, she's fun. So we know she is the best educator. So we better take it from her. She said, like, you got that prayer journal, you better get a journal, keep those goals in and make sure they are specific. Specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and have time-based.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's exactly what we need. Thank you for those kind words. Thank you for those kind words.
Oh, you look at here. I got some people that's in my lane with me. Absolutely the best. Yes, she is.
That's just those are my friends. They just know. Hey,
but they know. Hey, When you know that you know this, what you know, they know.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, um, so as you look at your goals and you're assessing them and you're taking the pulse to see where you are, whatever, uh, what may happen to a particular goal? So you have more than one, and so you're looking at the different ones, and what is something that can shift or maybe needs more attention or might even drop? I don't know.
You know, when I think about that, I think about this simple saying: life happens.
Yes.
And I'm at a point now where life happens. So definitely your goals have to change. And I can only talk and speak as for me. Now, without Matthew, my goals have changed. You know, I was expecting to have goals and to retire and to be retired with him. And now my goal has changed because I'm retired with me. So they most certainly do change. But the thing is, you still have to have goals. You still need goals. And then once those goals change, uh, because circumstances change, that doesn't mean that I can't have goals. I think that the thing that is the same for my goals with Matthew as without Matthew for my goals, I'm still a servant. I still believe that I have a purpose. I still believe that I'm going to work my purpose. I do believe that God has something more in store for me to do that he has in me that still is yet to be birthed. So I just have to be obedient. That's why it's important to journal and to log and to be willing to hear what God is telling us to do so that we'll know his plan that he has for us.
Yes.
So yeah, goals, they change. Sometimes you have to trash those goals. Maybe they have expired. It's not meant for you to do, or maybe you have reached a point where you cannot go any further with that goal and with that dreamer. Sometimes it stops, and sometimes you can pass it on to someone else.
Right.
You most certainly can pass it on to someone else if it's in God's plan for you to do. Adjust, readapt those goals and those dreams. If you don't dream, I don't think you too much live and come to life. I believe that it's somewhere within the Dr. King story, because you know he went to school at an early age, and when his father took him to Morehouse, I believe his father told the administrator who were doing his paperwork for him to enter into Morehouse is just teach my baby how to dream, teach him how to have visions. And again, the rest is history with Dr. King, because we know he had a dream and we worked that dream. His day is coming up too. So we need to make sure that we make that a day on and not a day off.
Yes.
Make sure we do something to help mankind on that day where we represent and celebrate his birthday. Nobody is going to do it for us. So we need to make sure that we represent and remember him on his birthday. It's okay for dreams to change. It's okay for you to change your dreams and change your goals, because life happens.
Most definitely. Excuse me. Excuse me. Yes,
Thank you, Shari.
Yeah, I was trying to get that. Yes. You know, it's so funny. Years ago, before his birthday became a national holiday, and at my job, we had floating holidays, but they would never make his birthday a holiday. So I told everybody, I said, well, let's just start taking it off. If everybody take it off, the majority of us is not here, then maybe they'll get the hint.
That's right.
And every time I could, see somebody, hey, let's take that day off. Let's take that day off. But it is now a holiday.
Yay. Yay. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I like the attitude of a gratitude journal too. Do you see that one? We need to keep a
Yes.
journal of gratitude. I think I might section my journal off for a gratitude section. Thank you,
Right.
Keisha.
And, when I talked about that last year, one of the things that I tried to push, and I hope it's catching on, is that, we are so heavy in the month of November to be grateful for everything, but we
Amen.
should do that every single day.
That's
So
right.
I make an attempt, and very seldom I slip before I get out of bed. It's what my coach said. Before you get out of bed, give 3 or 5 things that you're grateful for every
Amen.
single day. And so
Amen.
you be writing them down in that journal. It's wonderful.
Steve,
Sometimes if you are laying around, like we say, the little slow days, and you get to sleep in or stay in, or instead of doing TV binging, you can get
yes,
those journals out and reflect on those things.
that's it. Steve Harvey said that's how he start his days, with the attitude of gratitude, and just start as soon as you wake up and as soon as you get up, lift those holy hands and say, just thank you for another day. Because I guarantee you, everybody can't wake up.
Right.
Everybody can't wave their hands. And definitely everybody can't take steps to get out of bed. And if you're pain free, oh, you got a reason to say thank you. Don't take it for granted. Don't take it for granted that your health is good and that you can raise your holy hands and that you woke up.
Yes.
You better recognize who woke you up.
That's
and
right.
give us some praise from the beginning.
Yes, and every time we get in a car and be able to make it back home, we just have so many things to be grateful for.
So many things to be
each
thankful
and every day.
That's right. Every single day. Every day.
Yes. Okay, I guess that's an inside thing. You know what that is, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I do.
All right. All right. So, we've been talking. So we determined that we need to reflect on what's happened with us in the past. Of course, we need to know what's going on in the future, but it's also, I would think, relevant to think, okay, so what about my future? I think I said future, but I meant currently, today. But what about the future? How should we go about that?
The quote that I like for the future is by Eleanor Roosevelt, and she stated, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. We stated earlier that if we don't change, we're not going to be ready for the future. We can fight technology all we want to, but if we don't learn how to at least turn something on and try to make an attempt to get on some form of social media, we're going to be left behind. Deborah, have you talked to that teller at the bank, like the live teller that's in the...
Yes.
I actually had a conversation with her, and I know I was holding up the line. I'm like, where are you? And I just want to know all of these questions because that just blew my mind. And if we don't change and try to keep up with what's to come, we're going to definitely need somebody to handle all of our business every time we turn around. And I want to be able to handle some of my own business while I am still here.
Okay.
Now, I always have somebody like a ram in the bush to call if I need help with technology or if I need help with trying to find something on the TV. But at least I'm not afraid to try. Right. So we need to definitely make sure that we're doing every single thing we can to keep our mind healthy, to keep our mind young, to stay active so that we can keep our bodies moving, so that we can do something when we make it to the future. Tomorrow is the future. So every day is the future. So we need to make sure, y'all, make sure we're doing something. Hang around some young folks. Hang around some young folks. They
Yeah.
know a lot. They know a whole lot, and learn from them.
You have to, right?
Yes,
You can't
ma'am.
do anything. These young ones, ask them something because they just be popping around on tablets and like, what? It's like, okay, whatever you say.
It's amazing. It's amazing. And over the last 5 years, things have changed so much. I know that when I was at Thompson McDuffie Middle School, my administrative secretary, Pamela Pascal, did so much for me, just so much for me. And our technology team there, they just did so much for me. Now, when I was at the elementary school, I did a lot of my own work. But when I went there, we had secretaries. And when I left there and went to the county office, I realized how much I didn't know because I wasn't doing it. They did everything to make me look good. And I still have to call on her to help me with stuff. So if you can't do it, again, the key is you better have somebody in your corner who can do it and who's willing to help you. Another point I need to make, that's why we don't need to burn bridges, because you never ever know who you're going to need down the line. So be nice and be kind to folks so they can help you out with your technology.
That is correct. And I mean, not even your technology, but anything that you might need. I mean, you say I retired in 2014. I'm still sending emails to a lady that I knew there when I have questions or somebody else have questions. I had a friend, her mom died and she wanted to know something about benefits. I said, okay, let me reach out to this lady I know. And
That's right.
because, I was always nice and spoke and polite, and something went wrong, I didn't go blaming. She's always willing to help.
Yes, that's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, and we have to do that because it is amazing, like you say, that so much stuff changes. Sometimes you get on your nerves, like you get those automated voices, and can you just please let me talk to a person?
I do agree. I agree with that.
You can just keep pushing the button and they like, oh, I can help you. No, you cannot. I need a live person. I'm speaking in sentences.
I want a real
paragraphs.
They ask me, are you a robot? And if I'm doing something online, I type in, are you a robot? No, I'm not.
Oh my goodness. Life is, it's life.
Yes, it is.
All right. This is some wonderful information. Can you give our young men some tips on planning and focusing on their dreams?
I most certainly can. And I think tips are for everybody. We stated earlier, no matter how young and no matter how seasoned you are, it's never too late to have dreams. But dreams don't work unless you do. You have to wake up and turn your dreams into goals. I do believe that Stephanie Walker said earlier that the difference between dreams and goals is a timeline. So you need to make sure that you have a timeline with your goals. And once you reach it, move your timeline and keep growing. Normally people say it's a new year, it's a new me, but we do the same thing. I don't know why we think when it's a new year and just because we have goals, or if you want to call them resolutions, that they're just going to come true without us doing any work. Dreams don't work unless you do. This is what I need for everyone to know, that everybody that you may want, you don't need them. Everybody that you want, you may not need them. And if they're not helping you to move forward, or if they're a hindrance, or if they are a road hump and making you almost come to complete stops, in this brand new year, you might need to take a look to see who you need to not throw away or not trash away, but who you might need to move away from if you are serious about reaching your goals. Now, again, Deborah, I stated earlier that I just talk and speak as if everybody is a believer, because I just believe that everything that God has created us to be and everything that he has created us to become, he has put those tools within us to be successful. We need to make sure that we don't ask God to come into our plan. We need to make sure that we are aligned with his plan that he has for us. The last time I checked, he did create this universe. So he is a lot smarter than all of us combined. But these are some quotes that I thought that are not my quotes, but I just think they are so meaningful and so powerful when we talk about goals and when we talk about dreams. It says, knowing it's not enough, we must apply. Willing is not enough, we must do. So what I say to you is wake up and do. The next one is don't wait on time, because time will never be right. Don't wait until you get a better job. Don't wait until you make more money. Don't wait until your children graduate. Don't wait until anything. You start your goal, your dream today. And just think you'll be closer to it. If you have little ones and you wait until they graduate, you're delaying your goal by 10 years, 12 years, 18 years. And if you're going to ever have enough money, please tell me your secret. Please share your secret. All right. If you're going to have enough money, stay away from dream killers, dream stealers, dream robbers. We said that earlier. Don't let anybody tell you what you can't do. Last time I checked, there's only one God, and I don't think he's walking around here on earth. So don't let anybody tell you what you can't do. Don't get stuck in the what ifs. Well, what if I'm a failure? So what? So was Michael Jordan. What if I don't succeed? So what? Pick yourself back up and try again. You were closer than you were if you did not try at all. So don't get stuck in those what ifs. Or if you do get stuck in the what if, and you say, well, what if I fail? Well, what if you succeed? What if I don't make it? Well, what if you do make it? So come back with that and don't get stuck in those negative what ifs. If you dream it, you can achieve it. Look at Walt Disney. You just have to wake up and work your dream. Don't be scared. Or if you are scared, do it scared. Walk forward scared. Move forward scared. Don't let fear stop you from doing what you feel God has planted in you to birth. If God has planted in you to birth, then he has equipped you with everything you need to be successful. Dream as if you will live forever and live as if you will die today. So you dream as you're going to live forever, but I need for you to live as if you're going to die today. And I take that advice myself, because sometimes we do get stuck, and I know I can get stuck. And especially since Matthew is not here, we can get stuck and we don't want to dream, or we might not want to live. But this quote is so powerful, and I want you to listen to it again. I need for you to dream as if you will live forever and live as if you will die today. So wake up and make those dreams come to life.
Ooh, love it, love it, love it. It is wonderful, sis.
Don't carry. You don't have to carry everybody with you. Some people make you bend over because they're too heavy for you to carry. Take them off your back so you can sit up straight. You know,
Yes.
don't toss them all the way to the side. Speak to them on social media, but don't let them in your inner circle. They bring poison to your soul.
Drop them.
Drop them. Drop them.
Say, run, Forrest. Walk away, run.
Drop them, and it's all right.
Yes. Well, This time has gone too fast, and you gave us some wonderful tips. But if you have something else you want to share, go right ahead. We want all that you have to give us tonight.
Well, these are my closing remarks. Uh, I do want to send another shout out to all the ladies, all my sorors, a Delta Sigma Theta sorority incorporated, especially Kappa Gamma, where I pledge in Greenwood, South Carolina. I see some of my sisters on there. Deborah, I was number 8 in that line of pledging. That's where the 8 comes from. I'd like to send a big shout out to the chapter that I'm in now, the Thompson Alumni chapter. That's in Thompson, Georgia. Again, happy J13. I look forward to seeing y'all on J13. And to some of my coworkers, I still call them my coworkers. Deborah, I think that I said not to burn bridges, but I see that some of my coworkers when I was in the school system are here. So that tells me that I didn't burn too many bridges if they are still willing to know and to support me. And I can still count on them today. I most certainly can count on them today. So I love my Thompson McDuffie Middle School family, my Thompson Elementary School family, and I'm blessed and fortunate to be working in McDuffie County. To all of my family members and to my friends, thank you so much for joining us. I welcome your feedback. Deborah, I can't even begin to tell you a few places where these people are calling in from, but to my niece, we're in a we're doing a fast right now. So my fast partner is Keisha Willis, and she's probably snowed in right now. And but to Keisha, thank you so very much for being a part of this. To all of you, thank you. But my final words come from the lyrics of this song, and this is what it says. It's Donald Lawrence, and he says it like this: "Hold on, my brother, don't give up. Hold on, my sister, just look up. There is a master plan in store for you. If you just make it through, God's gonna really blow your mind. God is gonna really blow your mind. He's gonna make it worth your time. For all the trouble you've been through, the blessings doubled just for you. The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. The best is definitely yet to come." And this is especially for my folks who are in my inner circle. I want you to have the best night ever and work those dreams. Thank you so much, Deborah, for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. And this was so wonderful. I mean, these tips will help so many people if they have a chance to hear them. So if y'all could please share this video on your pages, I would appreciate it, because that's why I'm here. If I can only help one person to build a better life, to understand that they can overcome obstacles, that their past does not determine their future.
Amen. Amen.
I mean, I'm just overwhelmed. This is just wonderful. So please share. And if you would like to see future videos, turn on your notifications so you'll know it each time that I go live. But I do go live each Tuesday and Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturdays. And each quarter, and I'm sure Anita will let you know, but each quarter we have chucks for pearls and earls.
Yes.
So Anita and 2 other ladies, Carol Crockett, Anastasia Smith, and myself, we come on each quarter on Saturday morning to have fun and talk about some relevant information that will help others. And I think that's what it's all about.
Yes.
You know, what we have inside, we wouldn't have it if God had not given it to us. So why keep it? If you have anything that can help someone, help someone.
That's right. That's right.
And I love it.
That's right.
So on this Thursday, I'll be having my coffee chat. It's coffee with Deborah and Carol. That's at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we'll be talking about these crazy mistakes that people make. So please join us. And remember, your life is what you make of it. Follow my principles and begin to build your best life. And remember, building your best life is our business. That's not a slogan, it's our commitment. I love you. Be blessed. Stay safe and stay warm if you're somewhere where it's cold.
And Happy New Year, everybody.
Yes, Happy New Year. And thank you all so much for joining. You see, well, Agnes says, great job.
I get it from my sister.
All right. Let's go some more accolades. Thank y'all so much for coming in. I love it that y'all didn't only just come, but y'all were engaging. So thank you so very much. Love y'all. Bye-bye.
Bye.